Will Smith is not just a movie star. He's not just the Fresh Prince. He's a symbol of something bigger. A man who rose from nothing, fell from the top, and still finds a way to win, even when it looks like he's lost everything. This is the story of how Will Smith keeps coming back, and why he always will. Before the red carpets and million-dollar movies, there was a kid from West Philadelphia. Will was smart, funny, full of energy. But life wasn't easy. He grew up in a tough neighborhood. His parents fought a lot, and he often used jokes to escape the tension. Humor became his shield, his tool to survive. In high school, Will met DJ Jazzy Jeff. The two started making music. Fun, clean, playful rap. Their song, Parents Just Don't Understand, won the first ever Grammy for a rap performance. Will was only 20 years old. He was rich, famous, but he didn't understand money. He spent it all, and then the IRS came. He owed millions. His life fell apart, but instead of giving up, Will said yes to something new, a sitcom. In 1990, Will stepped into our homes as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He wasn't an actor, but his charm was magnetic. That show made him a star. People didn't just laugh, they saw his heart. He made serious topics feel personal: race, fatherhood, fear. And when the show ended, Will didn't stop. He aimed higher, bigger. He trained hard, took acting seriously, and turned himself into a leading man. One hit after another. Independence Day, Bad Boys, Men in Black. He wasn't just funny anymore. He was powerful. He was bankable. He became the top movie star in the world for almost a decade, but that kind of spotlight comes with pressure and pain. While we saw Will smiling on the red carpet, giving inspiring interviews and cracking jokes on talk shows, behind the scenes, he was carrying heavy pain. His marriage with Jada Pinkett Smith had gone through deep struggles. Public rumors about open relationships, betrayals, and hurt made headlines. Some days it felt like their private life was public property, and through it all, Will tried to keep the image of the perfect husband, the perfect man. But the world started to notice something. Some said Will was too polished, too controlled. They said he tried too hard to be Mr. Positive, always smiling, always strong, as if he was hiding something underneath. The pressure to always get it right was weighing him down. Instead of hiding, Will did something rare for a star at his level. He turned the camera on himself. He started a YouTube channel. He launched a raw, real Instagram page. No fancy teams, no perfect scripts, just him telling his story. He shared his biggest fears, his deepest regrets, his personal failures, stories about how he let down his father, how he felt empty even at the top, how he struggled with needing to be the provider, the protector, the winner at all costs. And something beautiful happened. People loved him even more. His honesty made him more human, more relatable. He wasn't just Will Smith, the superstar. He was Will Smith, the man, flawed, trying, growing. But then 2022 came. The Oscars, a night that should have been his biggest celebration. He was the favorite to win Best Actor, his dream moment, everything he had worked for, finally within reach. And then one joke, one moment, one decision. Chris Rock made a joke about Jada. Will laughed for a second, then he saw her face, hurt. In an instant, years of bottled up emotions about his marriage, his image, his pressure to protect, exploded. He walked onto that stage, one slap, loud, sharp, stunning. The room froze. Millions of people watched, unsure what had just happened. Was it a skit? Was it real? Silence filled the room, and for the first time ever, the world saw a side of Will Smith that had been buried deep. Anger, hurt, the need to defend what he loved. This wasn't the polished, smiling Will Smith we grew up with. This was raw, real emotion. And just like that, everything he had built, everything he stood for, came crashing down in front of the entire world. In just one night, the image he had built over 30 years changed. From the lovable, unstoppable, perfect Will Smith to someone the world wasn't sure they could trust anymore. From legend to controversy. But what Will did next was surprising. He didn't go on every talk show to explain himself. He didn't fire back at critics. He didn't blame anyone else. He didn't hide behind lawyers or PR teams. Instead, he stayed quiet. For months, Will disappeared from the spotlight. He took every punch the world threw at him. him, in silence. He didn't defend, he didn't justify, he reflected, he faced the consequences, he sat with the pain, and then, slowly, carefully, he started rebuilding, not with big speeches, not with flashy stunts, but with quiet steps, honest conversations, real apologies. He knew redemption wasn't going to be easy, but if there's one thing Will Smith has always done, it's get back up after falling. Slowly, Will began to return, but this time, it wasn't the same Will Smith the world had known. He didn't come back louder, he came back wiser. He didn't come back trying to be perfect, he came back real. First, he posted a quiet, honest video, sitting alone, no flashy set, no loud music. He apologized directly, without excuses. You could see it in his eyes. The regret, the sadness, the weight. He said he was sorry to Chris Rock, sorry to the Academy, sorry to fans, sorry to everyone he let down. It wasn't just words. You could feel he meant it. He didn't rush it. He gave space. He let the world sit with it, just like he had sat with his own mistakes.
Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Over time, Will began showing up differently, not chasing fame, not chasing attention, but sharing lessons, sharing growth, sharing how pain, if faced, can lead to change. He talked about therapy, about deep healing, about learning to forgive himself, and little by little, people started to listen again, not because he asked them to, but because they could see, he was doing the work, the real, hard, uncomfortable work of becoming better. He wasn't pretending to be perfect anymore. He wasn't trying to be everyone's hero. He was trying to be a better man, for himself, for his family, for those he let down. And that's why, even after the biggest fall of his career, Will Smith is still winning, not because he's flawless, but because he's willing to face the fire and keep walking forward. Will Smith has something special. It's not just his talent, it's his ability to connect deeply, instantly with people, through laughter, through heartbreak, through raw, honest moments. That kind of connection is rare. It can't be faked, it can't be bought, it's real. Will also understands something even more powerful: timing. When everything fell apart, he didn't rush to fix his image. He didn't force a comeback. He let the silence do its work. He gave space for the world and for himself to breathe, to heal, to think. And now, he's not just back on the movie screens, he's working his way back into our hearts. It's not because of hype, it's because he's earning it, slowly, quietly, step by step, with humility, with grace. Because Will Smith is more than just a celebrity, he's a mirror. He reflects back to us our biggest dreams and our hardest lessons. He reminds us that even the people we admire most can fall, and that falling doesn't have to be the end. Sometimes it's the beginning of something stronger, because the real truth is, you can't cancel someone who refuses to stop growing. You can't defeat someone who keeps showing up, no matter how many times they get knocked down. That's why Will Smith will always win. At the end of the day, we're all a little like Will Smith. We're all trying to do better, trying to be seen, trying to bounce back from the mistakes we wish we could erase. And maybe that's the real lesson. It's not about never falling, it's about what you do after the fall that truly defines you. If you believe in growth, forgiveness, and second chances, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, because here we celebrate the comeback stories. And trust me, the best is still yet to come. Remember, it's not about how you start, it's about how you rise. See you in the next story.